Hi, welcome to our channel. For today, we will recap an adventure fantasy film called Free Guy from year 2021. Have you seen this movie yet? If not, grab some popcorn and enjoy. At the beginning of the movie, we are introduced to Guy, our main character, who first appears in Free Metropolis, a massively multiplayer online role-playing video game. Guy gets up, wakes his pet goldfish, and prepares himself to head out at a bank every day in the same manner. He watches the news while eating his breakfast before he leaves the house. After that, he visits a coffee shop and places his usual order, an average coffee with sugar and milk. He visits a shoe store on the way to his job and notices an interesting pair of trainers, but he is unable to purchase them. He sees Buddy, his best friend, shortly after, and they discuss their ideal life together despite the craziness going on around them. Guy believes he is the happiest man alive because he has all he wants. All he needs is his ideal woman. Guy is at work at the bank like always when a group of armed, sunglasses-wearing robbers barge in. Buddy, who oversees security at the bank, just puts down his gun and settles down beside Guy. Guy's ideal female is a topic of conversation between the two friends during the heist. Guy maintains his optimism despite Buddy's insistence that there isn't a female like her. We then see Molotovgirl meet a man wearing a mask on a different side of Free City. She receives a map from the masked man that leads to the location of all of the crucial details. The man asks her about her plans throughout this interaction, but she threatens to shoot him and tells him not to ask her again. He questions her once again as she leaves with the map, and this makes her give him the finger without hesitation. After that, she strolls along the street and goes past Guy, who is fixated on her. He chooses to approach her after deciding that she is his ideal woman, but he is tragically struck by a train. After that, the scene returns to reality and presents us to Millie, a young girl. She backs up her Free City game while she's in the coffee shop, disconnects from it, and notices a promotion for Free City 2. She is suddenly approached by a barista who requests that she go as the coffee shop will shortly close. She also observes her playing Free City and questions why everybody seems to be so captivated with it. In response, Millie says she's suing the developer of the game and claims she is simply playing it to obtain proof. Guy gets out of bed and goes about his usual business on another morning in Free City. To the surprise of everyone around him, he attempts to get a cappuccino at this point instead of his usual coffee. He leaves after making up a joke about feeling self-conscious and taking the ordinary coffee. Everyone falls to the ground as the regular bank robbers break in later. Guy sees the Molotovgirl during this, but Buddy tells him that they aren't supposed to talk to individuals who are wearing sunglasses. He goes up to one of the robbers, thinking he knows how to solve this, and asks to borrow his pair of sunglasses just to get beat. But Guy shoots the robber by mistake and fights back before taking the glasses. He perceives the city quite differently after putting it on, with digital displays all around him. He quickly finds a medkit nearby, and as he touches it, his injury recovers quickly and he gets a rush of energy. After that, he begins roaming the city till he comes across an accident. A virtual currency hovers above a boy who dies after falling from the sky while wearing a jetpack. Guy taps it, and to his amazement, his account receives the money. He uses this money to finally buy the shoes of his dreams. The corporation that made the video game Free City is Tsunami Studio. There, Keys, a game developer, demonstrates to Mauser how Guy, an NPC, killed another player within the game itself. After that, Mauser orders him to boot the NPC out, but it doesn't appear to be feasible. Consequently, they make the decision to explore the character by going into the game. One of the two, disguised as a police officer and the other as a bunny, approaches Guy. They force him to change his skin after accusing him of game hacking. Guy is confused, but they think he's behaving weirdly, so they start shooting at him, which makes him flee. They locate him inside a building that is still under development. Guy discovers, while making his getaway, that his trainers have a new feature that lets him jump several meters high. In order to get to him, Mauser modifies the structure. Guy soon touches the top of the building, but his trainers have lost their ability to jump. He must therefore leap in the direction of a wrecking ball. Sadly, he misses it and trips and falls. His eyeglasses instantly activate an inflatable suit, shielding him from injury just before he lands down. Guy then celebrates his survival, but just as he does, Keys and Mauser collide with him. Later, Keys asserts that despite Guy's dismissal, the number of online players didn't drop. Mauser requests that Keys keep it a secret from Antoine, the CEO, as he thinks it's a bug. It seemed that Keys and Millie had built a virtual game called Life Itself years ago, and it was meant to evolve with the participants. While Keys constructed its coding, Millie created its AI. Now, when Keys gets home, he finds Millie in his place. Her goal in seeing him is to get his assistance in suing Antoine for stealing their game. She asks for his help finding the proof contained within the game. But Keys isn't prepared for this since he doesn't want to put his job in danger for nothing, and he thinks his boss is innocent. The next morning, Guy tells the fish that things will be changed after he wakes up. That night, Millie sneaks into the concealed location where the proof is kept by using her avatar, the Molotovgirl. Guy appears out of nowhere from behind her, drawing the attention of the guards who then open fire. She teleports to a different place with Guy following her, using her portal pistol in a last-ditch attempt to save herself. The two then head to her base. He is shocked to find her impressive assortment of bikes and weapons. She suggests that he rob shops and shoot people to level up because she thinks he's a novice. Guy, nevertheless, says he doesn't want to hurt innocent people. She urges him to be a normal guy and go to level 100 before returning again to her. Guy makes the decision to protect NPCs from the villains, the real players. From that point on, he makes a number of unsuccessful tries before starting to accomplish his goal and ultimately becoming well known in the media. People are now interested in learning the identity of the real gamer hidden behind the avatar. Additionally, he reaches level 102 during this time. When Guy meets Buddy at work one day, Buddy asks him where he has been. Guy replies by detailing all that has transpired for him over the past 3 days. The regular robber shows up as they are talking. Everyone falls to the ground, with the exception of Guy, who takes his glasses after robbing the robber of his revolver. Buddy seems content just the way he is, despite his attempts to persuade him to wear them. In the meantime, Millie keeps messaging Keys at the tsunami office, asking for his help. So, grudgingly, he obliges and assists her in reaching the hidden location that has the evidence. As soon as the Molotovgirl enters and gets the video evidence, the alarm goes off. A few moments afterward, multiple armed guards show up and begin shooting at her. She dashes behind a car to hide, but not before losing the proof. Guy rescues her on a motorbike during this difficult moment. Since he can't see any other players but Millie, Keys is taken aback to hear her speaking to someone else. The Molotovgirl jumps on the motorbike that Guy gets on after he takes out some NPCs. And with that, they dart out of the glass pane. When Antoine gets to Tsunami, he tells his staff to give Guy a better role for the Free City 2 movie. He asserts that they may draw more players to the game by taking advantage of Guy's notoriety. In the game world, Guy shows off his amazing collection to the Molotovgirl by bringing her to his personal showroom. When she notices this, she questions how he leveled up so rapidly, but Guy seems confused by her inquiries. Then he takes her out for ice cream, and he gets her favorite flavor, bubblegum. They converse for a bit before she discovers they share a number of tastes. Guy says he wants to kiss her as they stroll together. Even though she's shocked at first, she lets him. Even though Millie doesn't know who he really is, she really starts to like him. After discovering Guy's code that same evening, Keys dashes to Millie's house. He tells her that she was correct all along. Antoine implanted the programming they wrote for their game life itself in Free City after stealing it. The NPC who developed using their AI and code, Guy, is another thing he discloses. The first nice guy she fell for was an NPC, so she's disappointed to hear this. Keys also believes that Free City 2 is a substitute for Free City 1 rather than a successor after realizing that all of the game's components are new. Free City 1 will be completely removed after it is released, along with all of its supporting documentation. He comes up with a strategy to find the original life itself built in Free City with Guy's help in order to stop this. Upon their reunion, the Molotovgirl tells Guy the truth. Guy is just an NPC, while Free City is a simulation. Although he can't process it all at once, she also tells him that this virtual world is going to be destroyed. Guy tosses an object into the water from the beach while depressed, but it vanishes quickly. He becomes aware of the fact that nothing in his environment is real, not even the sea. He screams, claiming everything is a lie as he desperately flees down the street, but 2 automobiles quickly hit him. Guy asks Buddy what his actions would be if he discovered everything was a lie. The time that they are enjoying is real, even if Buddy isn't, so he says he doesn't mind at all. Guy asks Buddy for aid in breaking into the hidden location so he can assist Molotovgirl by using the video proof. When they reach the hidden location, the two demands the evidence file from a worker by the name of Ravenjamin. As it happens, Ravenjamin is a huge fan of Guy, who is willing to give him anything he desires. The Molotovgirl is then given the video proof by Guy. Guy's online following seems to be growing faster than his attendance at games, as evidenced by how many people are interested in doing both. Free City 2's pre-sales drastically decline as a result of this. Keys reveals that Guy is the first self-aware non-player character, NPC, that cannot be eliminated, infuriating Antoine, who orders his staff to remove Guy from the game. Mauser restarts the game to put Guy back in his original programming when the CEO incessantly bothers him. While they watch the video, Guy and the Molotovgirl are learning about life itself's design. Guy knows exactly where it is, but Mauser restarts the game before he can say anything. Guy wakes up to go about his regular business after a while, and Free City returns to operation. When he's strolling in the streets, Molotovgirl approaches him and asks where he is. He turns away, though, as he can no longer identify her. This made Millie miserable and inspired her to abandon her quest. Later on, though, Keys gives Millie a call to let her know that Guy's AI will not be removed despite the reboot. Full of excitement, she goes back to the game right away, bursting inside the bank to get Guy this time. When they reach an alley, she shows him how the entire Free City is going to be obliterated and instructs him to place on the sunglasses. After she kisses him, he remembers everything even though he's still not convinced. He then leads her to his apartment where he demonstrates her the curtain's reflections of life itself. This realization dawns on her that life itself has been concealed by Antoine beyond the horizon, but he neglected to wipe reflected light. At this point, Millie needs Key's assistance in getting past the horizon. Guy calls the NPCs together and urges them to behave differently in the interim. Instead of following their predetermined roles, he convinces them to take charge of their lives. They eventually consent despite their initial reservations. Following that, the players are left puzzled as every NPC vanishes from the Free City. After discovering at Tsunami that Millie is collaborating with Guy, Antoine gives Mauser the order to remove their characters and halt the revival. Next, as the pair drives through the Free City, Mauser starts to demolish the city in an attempt to destroy it. Keys cleverly turns the road to a ramp just in time to save them from being crushed by the impending buildings. This is seen by Antoine, who gives his staff the order to introduce Dude as a new character. When Keys helps Millie, he gets in Keys' face and scolds him. Keys seems unconcerned despite his threats of firing him. An ocean bridge that stretches past the horizon is activated by him pressing a button in front of Antoine. The Molotovgirl suddenly begins to glitch just as the two are ready to cross the bridge. She tells him to carry on with their task before beginning to fade. Afterwards, Keys starts streaming the game discreetly for every one of the followers to watch as he is being led away from the Tsunami office. Guy is ambushed by Dude as he crosses the bridge. Guy suffers physical abuse before Buddy shows up to save him, but Dude also effortlessly defeats him. The large man then lunges in at Guy, intending to attack him, but Guy instantly raises his Captain America shield and fights back. He uses Hulk's arm to punch Dude away as payback. Then, he draws his lightsaber and engages the opponent in combat. However, Dude eventually takes control and makes an attempt to break his ribcage. Buddy tosses the glasses to his friend at this critical juncture, and Guy puts them on Dude. The latter becomes distracted as a result of seeing virtual items in his environment. Next, when Antoine approaches the server to delete the game's data, the duo sprint in the direction of their destination. The whole Free City and the NPCs, including Buddy, start acting strangely as he starts destroying the servers. Thankfully, Guy overcomes the obstacle and arrives on life itself, establishing beyond doubt that Antoine is the game's thief. However, Millie steps in just in time to stop Antoine from destroying the final server. She then offers him a deal whereby he can hold all of the codes and earnings from the business in exchange for giving over the rest of Free City's data. The agreement is accepted by the avaricious Antoine, but his joy is short-lived. Following the controversy, his company files for bankruptcy, leading to his own arrest. The action then cuts to Keys and Millie a few days later, when they have developed a brand new game they call Free Life. Currently, Mauser is collaborating with them as well. Mauser, who knows that Keys has affection for Millie, proposes and confess one day. Keys extends an invitation to grab a coffee, but she declines because she's too preoccupied with her game. After that, she enters the game and finds that the NPCs are now leading free lives. Additionally, she runs into Guy and attempts to convince him that she can't stay with him forever. Remarkably, Guy concurs with her choice and acknowledges that he was made to become in love with her. Key's love for Millie was revealed when someone pinned a love note to her in his code. The movie ends as she rushes towards him to start their romantic relationship. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoy the movie. See you in our next video.